Welcome back to F1 Drive. Today we're going to be taking a deeper dive into the secrets that have propelled Aston Martin to the front of the grid. As some of you may know, this team was originally known as Racing Point, but after billionaire Lawrence Stroll bought majority shares in the team, it was rebranded as Aston Martin F1. The 2023 season marks a turning point for the team, as their massive investments in the team have started to pay off. The Aston Martin F1 car made waves in the pre-season testing in Bahrain, and the experts are already speculating that it might be the real deal. The hype was confirmed when Fernando Alonso stormed to take third place on the podium in the Bahrain Grand Prix, and then repeated defeat in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia a week later. This cemented the fact that Aston had leapfrogged the midfield and was up with the frontrunners in the championship battle. All eyes are on Alonso and Stroll, who now have a competitive car to bag a good place in the championship. It may, however, be too early to predict whether winning the championship is on the cards or not, but we can just wait and see what unfolds as the factories prepare for upgrades on the car as early as Melbourne. The hype surrounding the car is not just because of its current factors, but also because of the team's recent history. Aston Martin F1 has been known to copy designs from dominant cars in F1 to boost performance, and this time around they've taken inspiration from last year's Red Bull RB18. However, the biggest secret behind the car's competitiveness is Aston Martin's aggressive hiring strategy. The team has aggressively hired top talent from other teams, particularly from Red Bull, which has a reputation for having one of the best engineering departments in F1. The team's hiring strategy has been particularly effective in the wake of the introduction of a cost cap in F1, which has forced many teams to lay off employees to comply with the new regulations. One of the most prominent hires the team made was Dan Fallows, who was the former chief of aerodynamics at Red Bull. Fallows led the development of the AMR 23, and his experience with the RB18 was clearly carried over to the new car. With the introduction of the cost cap, many teams laid off employees to meet the regulations, but Aston Martin hired a number of employees formerly employed by Red Bull, with the most prominent one being former chief of aero at Red Bull, Dan Fallows. The Aston Martin F1 car is not just a green Red Bull, as some may suggest. Although it shares similarities with the Red Bull car, the Aston Martin has a Mercedes engine at the back of it, and the packaging challenges are totally different from what Red Bull has. One important feature of the 2023 Aston Martin F1 car is its aerodynamics. The car's design is heavily influenced by the successful Red Bull R18 from the previous season, which allowed Red Bull to dominate the 2022 F1 season. The AMR 23 sidepods and front wing are particularly similar to those of the RB18, but the team also made significant changes to the car's aerodynamics to suit their own preferences. For example, the AMR 23 has a different inlet for its sidepods than the RB18, and its outward shape is reminiscent of Ferrari sidepods. The car's front and rear suspensions are also different from the RB18, with the AMR 23 using a pull-rod suspension, while the RB18 uses a push-rod suspension. These differences may seem small, but they can have a significant impact on the car's performance. The AMR 23 has a Mercedes engine, which is different from the RB18's Honda engine. This means that the team designed the car's packaging differently to accommodate the different engines. Despite these differences, the team was able to take advantage of the RB18's successful aerodynamic design, while also putting their own spin on it to create a competitive car. The team's hiring strategy has not been without controversy, however. In 2020, when the team was still known as Racing Point, they produced a car that was nearly identical to the Mercedes W10 from the previous season. The team was accused of copying Mercedes' design, which led to a lengthy investigation and the team losing constructors' points midway through the season as a reprimand. Despite these controversies, the team continued to invest heavily in its F1 program, including building a new factory and wind tunnel. The team's investments did pay off, as they were able to secure 4th place in the Constructors' Championship in their first season as Aston Martin F1 in 2021. Another important factor in the success of the 2023 Aston Martin F1 car is the team's driver lineup. The team made a major shakeup in the driver market by signing Fernando Alonso for the 2023 season. Alonso is a two-time F1 world champion and is widely regarded as one of the best drivers in the sport's history. His signing was unexpected, as he'd just returned to F1 in 2021 with Alpine after a 2-year hiatus. Alonso's signing was seen as a major coup for the team, as he's known for his ability to outdrive cars and get the most out of them. He's already shown an impressive pace in testing, finishing P3 in the opening round in Bahrain and P3 in the second race at Jeddah, showing that he can fight for it. In conclusion, the 2023 Aston Martin F1 car is set to be a highly competitive contender in the upcoming season, thanks to a combination of technical innovation, strong drivers, and a recent history of impressive performance. We can't wait to see what this car can do on the track, and we hope you're just as excited as we are. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.